Stage 4, test.
So following on from collecting and evaluating the information, we're now on stage 4, which is to test the components. So we've collected our information and we've organised it in a folder, and from the information that we got, it came up with the possible suspected fault code on offside front wheel speed sensor after we interpreted it. We also, from Autodata, as well as getting the code information, managed to get full wiring diagram, which will give us some idea of which wires we need to test, and a test plan of the ECU in case it wasn't the actual wiring at the sensor, it was more towards the ECU. So the next thing we need to do is to locate the sensor, and according to the information we've gathered, it's somewhere inside the offside front of the bulkhead area. So we're going to turn on our inspection lamp, remove the cover which I've previously removed, and start looking for the ABS sensor. ABS sensor would normally have a blue connector. So as you can see, I've located the sensor. It is connected, which leaves me to check visually the condition of the wiring, which is both under that inner wing, and then we're going to move under the wheel arch. The reason why we're checking this is quite a common fault with the ABS sensors, is that the wire itself could rub through if it's fouling on the wheel as it's rotating. So fully inspect that, make sure it's in the mounting brackets, make sure it's not deteriorated. And the sensor wiring itself appears intact, so what we need to do now is start to test the actual sensor function. So to test the multimeter manually, we need to select the digital multimeter again. Previously calibrated, as in other explanations. Select the right setting, and then we're going to actually connect it up to the wiring connector that we've just located under the bulkhead. I'm going to disconnect the connector, identify which side of the connector runs down to the wheel arch, and at this point we need to observe how many terminals there are. On this one there's 2 terminals, which indicates that there are 2 wires running down to our sensor. That will be an analog type sensor that will give out a sine wave, and it's quite an easy test to do. Select the correct function, position the multimeter so we can see the reading, and probing using our multimeter leads into both of them connectors. What we will then need to do is rotate the wheel, and observe the reading on the multimeter. If we don't get a reading, it indicates a faulty sensor, and if we get a fluctuating reading, we need to check it for the variables and tolerances that manufacturers allow. That will conclude that test, providing we have the readings, and we'll be referring back to the information that we've got from Autodata. So as you can see from the multimeter, the outcome from that test is that this sensor is open circuit, means that it will need replacing. So in order to fix this customer's fault, we're going to have to order a new sensor, replace it, and then retest it.